conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second itch to me just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out. I'm not the way, no way. I have seen the way. Speak, repeat, there's no relief.
On that, I definitely almost totally screwed that whole thing up. I totally crashed my program right now. It's all right. It's all right. I'm a one-man show. Yeah, so this is how it goes. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. It is a wild episode. Honestly, I was thinking about this all day, and I just want to tackle this because it is a very serious subject. Epstein and company. We have been talking about you know, all the crazy things from Diddy over the last year on my podcast to, even the things going on overseas that it's very similar. Just insane, right? Insane. First and foremost, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Tell everybody around that this is the #1 Washington State podcast, actually. So, we stay high, we stay blessed, we stay focused here. And while the rest of the world wants to kick it in low vibrations and get lost on the sauce, we don't do that here. I'm actually sober. So I'm like fucking a month and a half sober off alcohol. And I actually feel the best I've ever felt. This is insane. Like, I didn't understand how drastic alcohol affects, it's very, very insane. Like, it really does leave a residual in your body over weeks, months. Like, you destroy your body from within and you lose all the right energy in the morning. You probably lose motivation to go to the gym, lose motivation to eat right. You just kind of start turning a little bit toxic and sour, and because that's what its nature is. Hear me out, guys. The wild thing is like thousands of years ago when alcohol was like really popular, they drank less percentage. So back in the day, thousands of years ago, people only drank like 1%, 2%, 3% alcohols, and they were cool. But these days, you got people like doing, let's fucking get lost on the... Anyways, I feel sober. I feel great. I feel amazing. And I hope that you guys do too this year, man. This is the year that we have all the momentum on our side. Epstein is going down. Donald Trump is going down. All of these guys, Jay-Z is going down. We personally, I have been talking shit about Jay-Z for a decade. People are like, dude, you're fucking full of shit, bruh. And then like, fucker, I'm right. Conspiracy theorists, again, 100. We are knocking it out of the park. We don't miss shit. All right, guys? I mean this like really. When we try, conspiracy theorists, or free thinkers, I got all these books back here. You tell me, am I fucking full of shit, or am I just like, full of Chipotle? I got me some Chipotle right here, guys. Literally, bro. Like, I've been talking about these fucking UFO, these psychic abilities that are suddenly appearing in the Epstein list, and people want to now take it for fucking like truth. Like, come on, there's far more people talking about these things. But anyways, let's get real. Or like one moment, we just need to send a prayer. Please, we need to say a prayer for everybody that's been afflicted. I'm talking about thousands of individuals. Thousands of families have been hurt by these motherfuckers like Diddy, by these weirdos like Epstein, by these people like Bill Gates, by these people like Beyonce, Jay-Z, all of them, right? You know, Biden and Trump, both of them, all of them. You know, like 95% of the presidents are related, right? So we see that all of these dudes are in the same parties, same families, same fucking hotels, same Diddy parties. Yeah, you know, like it's one big circle. Oh, no, sorry, the camera's over here. One big circle, and we're not in it. Right? One big club, and we're not in it, as George Carlin would say. Fucking man, we had some great people over the last few decades warning us. Alex Jones, you know, dude, people called him crazy, and I mean this. Like I've been on and off checking out Alex Jones for 10 years, just like, you know, because I keep to the streets. I keep to the fucking radio. Like, I keep to everything that I can, like, just because I love books. I love reading. I'm a nerd. I don't know. Whatever. I work out a lot because, you know, I've learned a lot of muscles through this shit. I smoke a lot of weed because I learned a lot through this knowledge, right? Right here, Meredith Max, fuck that club. Yeah, that's right, baby. Yeah, hey, you know why they hate us? Because they ain't us, and we believe in God, and God God's us. Yup, that's the facts on that, man. It's the truth. Like, fuck that club. Let's just, you know, say a prayer one time for everybody that's been hurt. Dear God, Jesus Christ, may you protect everybody on earth from this satanic empire. May you help us gain our strength and feel loved as we should, instead of hated by this monstrosity of a Zionistic empire, or whatever we want to call it. May you heal all the families that have been afflicted and traumatized, killed, abused, and tortured. And may you be with us all. Dear God. Amen. All right, let's get into this. This is going to be a touchy episode. I mean, it's but shit. You guys, go follow me everywhere on social medias. 509 Divine Pines Podcast. Now, we're going to go through these things. First and foremost, you know, I think I must have like reposted 100 different articles about different things, because it was about like what 3 billion or trillion or gazillion articles and documents released, and then they've already redacted like 50% of them. Whatever, right? I mean, we can see though. What the strange thing is that all of these are like detailed in other events. So like, you know, when people come out in interviews, or when news stories come out, or we hear rumors and things like that, and it's been like that for a long time. Well, like all of these emails actually clarify those rumors, and like it's horrible. So let's just say like this. The tip of the iceberg was Diddy. This is barely getting into the let's just say water level of the iceberg. Like, I mean it. So Jeffrey Epstein is only like 10% of like the details in these things are 10% of what like the elites are actually doing, because he was the pimp. He was the dude that everybody went to, like a pimp for prostitutes. And it sucks to even say it, because these are kids, but like that's the way they treated them. And so Epstein just had like all the resources, all the protection, and you know, he was like the pimp doing all this crazy shit. and everybody went to him, loved him, and then when shit got too real, when they realized that he was his own wild man, wild star, they just took him off probably. Or well, the documents say that he's still living in Israel, which is crazy as shit because a lot of people said that that the footage going missing and the body inside his cell was a fucking clone, like a double. Was it? The ears weren't the same, the face wasn't the same, nothing was the same about the dude. So yeah, it right here in these emails that it says Epstein's still alive, which if you know how these Jews, these Zionistic dudes work. They're gonna do whatever they can to save their buddies. First thing from 2015. So Epstein is saying prepare for pandemic. So he was part of this, with all of them, Fauci and Bill Gates. Remember, Bill Gates is number one. Bill Gates is like one of the top dudes. Well, fucking Epstein and Bill Gates are like best friends. So it says, please find an attached draft agenda for the meeting on preparing for pandemics as requested. For example, on how to officially involve the WHO and IRC, CDC. Ooh, jeez. So we're gonna keep going. Epstein emails hint trauma can unlock psychic powers like Stranger Things, like what I've been saying for a while, like the men who stare at goats, like what they're doing to military and civilians all across the nation, all across the world, probably. So a 2018 correspondence reveals a contact describing to Jeffrey Epstein an intelligent woman who described sexual abuse allegedly sparked the gradual emergence of special abilities. The sender called her a textbook stage 3 outlier, someone evolving from deep trauma into heightened self-realization and unusual talents. So, like, demonic entities, demonic corporations, people on that dark side naturally will try to traumatize you, and some of them will try to bring out the best of you, but some, like, naturally they just traumatize people, right? It's what all of America's experiencing trauma right now. So the email goes, I am in Paris and was about to write you, and it popped up. She is a classic stage 3 in the model outlier who is intelligent, who was traumatized when she was young, SA, and now gradually coming into her own and becoming self-realized. She can share our interactions with her permission, starting to develop special psychic abilities. These trips, we found a lot of stories like this, though she is more on the extreme side given her biographical history. Isn't that like the movie Lucy, or one of those movies? No, Lucy's, is it? No, Lucy's the one where like she taps into her brain. Yeah, some of these movies where the women are killers and they've been like psychologically fucked with. It's pretty much this, right? So they continue on. We've been working with such many people with the model of good success, and incidentally, she is based in New York. Can we set up a meeting if you have interest? In London, I have met with a group of leverage, iboga, and spiritual traditions from Gabon to offer this. Oh my god, it's fucked. So Stranger Things 11, right? 11 is traumatized. She's being abused. Literally, like, when I've been literally talking on my fucking podcast for like a while. Stranger Things is a depiction of what's happening in real life, guys, and it sucks because people who are innocent, who only have love in their heart. I'm sorry, I need some water. Hold on. Like, they're getting abused and they're being, like, manipulated by the government. I would imagine that that's what they were trying to do with, like, Bieber and Britney and all these other celebrities too, that they're like traumatizing on purpose. This is crazy. Here's a little nod. It says Epstein recruits physicists to debunk aliens, ghosts, and out-of-body claims. Yeah, well, you can't debunk that. Just in, so it's fucked. Epstein tied young girls from 11 to 13 years old, spread out on the floor, and burned them with a magnifying glass. I would imagine that there was also pentagrams and candles around there. Just saying, these guys are fucking monsters, man. Woo! Oof. I don't want to read this, and I'm trying to protect it, but I'm still trying to give you guys a little juicy broadcast. Just some things I can't read because, like, it hurts the soul, you know. If you guys want, go ahead. There's like all the documents online. That's just I'm giving you the overview of, the things that we can see and what we should know. So it says right here in the email: Jeffrey Epstein on my island in the Caribbean with an aquarium full of girls. Later, no, some are like shrimp. You throw away the head and keep the body. I like shrimp, but not so much if it's too pink. Although I'm definitely more into white than any color. I like your philosophy. I can't even think of the smell of black shrimp. So they're talking shrimp. They're not talking about shrimp, all right, guys. They're talking about babies or something. Ew, fuck. So like they eat the bodies. It's insane. It's insane. They use code words like the pasta, like the pizza, like when you see the Comet Pizza Pong Parlor, and then like what even strangely the Voodoo Donuts. I mean, that's not. I don't know. As far as the code word, I don't know what donuts is, but yeah, the fucking the owners of that place have definitely strange connections. Don't want to say too much. Allegedly. So, continuing on right here. This is a big point. So Elon Musk is mentioned in the emails, but he's not. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. You could definitely tell he started turning against all of them real quick. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he's innocent, but anyways. So Elon's saying it's so crazy that Epstein killed himself, even though he didn't, right? Or like that's Elon saying he didn't kill himself, and he didn't die before he was realized that he's innocent. And Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for what exactly? Oh yeah, and everybody that is on the Epstein or Maxwell list, logs, mentions in documents is still not arrested. So there must be something on why they want to get Epstein out, but not all these other guys, right? That's the big question as well. Like, okay, if Epstein was doing all this crazy stuff, was there also a chance that he was also trying to, because evil works in two fashions, right? Like, either they'll all band together, or one evil dude will try to overtake another evil dude and another evil empire. And it was Epstein trying to like take over the world or something, destroy the world, and like really was he like this thought leader of the extreme? Oh, you know what it is. So Bill Gates was this. He's saying there's too much people on the planet, too much. There, and you can tell right here, Epstein is super racist, like racist. He's completely racist. He doesn't like black people. None of them do. None of those Jews do. Swear to God. And I don't know. Like it's dumb. It's really dumb. Epstein was like a genocidal type of guy, definitely 100%. So Bill Gates would be too. They're called, what are they, like eugenicists, depopulationists. There we go, depopulationists. So that would be the correct term, definitely. Next up, where are they injecting babies as experiments with testosterone and estrogen? Male and female interceptions. Was this in the testing lab? What the fuck? So what the fuck? All right, yeah, let's read this. This is strange as shit. With greater molecular control over development, we are increasingly capable of producing novel phenotypes, more feminine men, by blocking testosterone receptors or castration. And at the same time, increasing estrogen production, the one that blocks male features, and the second encourages female features. More masculine women, heavy testosterone dosage, incredibly external effects, heavily bearded men. You would never guess they had a and had a female bone in their body. First kind, male to female, is 4 times more frequent than female to male. The first is attractive. Oh, God, Jesus Christ. He is a woman with a dong, they said. So I'm telling you guys, these guys are fucking in monsters. They're trans-loving pedos. Oh, so it says right here, the first is attractive. He is a woman with a dong. Oh, it's so fucking weird, bro. What the So is that if your fantasy is to, I'm again not going to say this. Otherwise, if you are completely heterosexual, it would be much nicer if the rest of the orgasm is female. What the fuck? Oh my god! All right, I'll just read that. So that if your fantasy is to suck a man's dick, otherwise you are completely heterosexual. It would be much nicer if the rest of the organism is female. Then you get the best of both worlds. Jesus! Now you see why like that is really, 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 really beloved by these elites right now. So many transsexual women are very attractive.
You're exploring some bold ideas.
My AI to my phone caught that. Oh my god, yo! It just woke up on its own after. That's horrible. It's definitely listening in, but it's funny that it. Oh no! So many transsexual women are very attractive and easily make money, in which they assert, promote. Oh god. Their prostitution, since you have to pay hefty fees for injections every week, but they are sexually happy. Once you have reached manhood, even castration does not prevent the sensation of an organism. Contrast the poor female to male versions. They aren't happy and lonely. They are men with mum pums, the worst of both worlds. I'm sorry. That's unbelievable. I don't know. It's these guys really talk to themselves. Like, I mean, talk to each other like this. If you like smelly masculine men, you want that hard deed that comes with the show. You do not want one of the nature's more complex and variable structures, the pum that is an acquired taste, and not with a man. There are 100% of female trans videos and websites. I have never seen a male one. Well, by the way, we are pushing an intervention earlier, so you notice your 3-year-old son has trans tendencies, so you intervene with hormones. I would be frightened to do that, but who knows? So they're saying, yeah, they push that on the masses, but for their own kids, they are frightened for it. Wow, dude. So they really are trying to mess up the population. You know, like I had this episode a couple years ago about like the porn industry and how it was controlled by the Jews and how they were trying to like demoralize and destroy like America from within, even from their own words. They're like, yeah, we're gonna feed the population porn, and they're all gonna be addicted to masturbation and sin, and like, damn. So I'm looking here. Sorry guys, I'm barely seeing all the comments. So this says these emails remind me of the Hitler emails that were dropped years ago. Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, we'll get into those. Don't even worry. Epstein was a financial liaison for the deep state in Europe, much the same way Clinton is the liaison to the cartels, in which is why he trafficked girls from Ukraine, where his biolab contracts were, and Hillary moved through Haiti and Jamaica. 100% right, dog. You are correct. Epstein is not dead. My man, check out data set 12. Man, seriously, opens up the DOJ website and reads data set 12. Social media posts are all, you don't, yeah. Dude, no one's trying to fucking pull up the actual logs, because then your computer is fucking targeted, you dumb fuck. Like, yeah, go ahead. Download all the fucking 3 trillion files and then have the fucking CIA and FBI on your goddamn fucking computer, bitch. Yeah, hey, you calling me dumb, telling me now I know how to research shit. Fuck out of here, dog. Yeah, look, I'm telling you, if you fucking download, you're fucking idiot, dog. That's why I'm just fucking doing this shit off Twitter, bro. You've been played, son. Anyways, beyond all the weird essay stuff, he was big into epigenetics and eugenics, which is why there are pictures of him in Ukraine with a geneticist and a breakdown of how mRNA vaccines force alleles to modify in the second generation out. Yo, you're 100% right, dog. I'd love to have you on my podcast. You definitely have research too. Thank you. There's a ton of papers in there actively talk about GMOing people for racial reasons. That's correct. Hey, thank you, Wasp Boss. Hey, man, I kicked it with Ghetto Bedroom Records, Wasp Boss out there in Portland this last week, and the shit was amazing, man. Thank you for coming out to this episode, Wasp. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it, bro. This is End Stage Hermeticism. Weird blood cult fuckers. You're 100% right. Hermes Trismegistus. Yeah, hey, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. You know your shit. So, it is insane, right, to think that all of these dudes are into these weird sexual fantasies. And you're right, dude. You're 100% right. Here we go. We're going to continue forward. No, Epstein and his clients weren't having sex with underage women. They were raping children. They saw white girls as subhuman goyim, existing to be tortured and violated and defiled. The Talmud, which is the Jewish book, their Bible, so the Talmud is the Jewish Bible, says that the rape of Gentiles is a sacrament to their faith. So we are Gentiles or goyim, meaning non-Jews. Non-Jews are Gentiles and goyim. So, goy girls are in a state of filth from birth. A Jew may violate but not marry a non-Jew girl. A Jew may have sex with a child as long as the child is less than 9 years old. A girl of 3 years and 1 day can be betrothed by intercourse. So this is what they thought, and this is their Bible, and this is why everyone calls them monsters and pedos, because they're monsters and pedos. So, like, he's got to call it as it is, man, no doubt. So, emails placed Biden front and center in disturbing claims made by a 17-year-old victim. The emails described alleged abuse, travel with Epstein's circle, names Ghislaine, reads like urgent damage control notes about threats, intimidation, and keeping victims hidden in Mexico. I wonder if the Mormon Church has something to do with that. I think I said too much. Oh my God. Shit. Motherfuckers. Even the cartels over there, all of them. Yeah. Hey, man, over here, I don't play. This is a not safe for work broadcast, the best podcast. Yeah, man. You don't see your other stations out here doing this. Nah, they don't like to. They don't want. You all you see is people being like, yo, let's love the mainstream, love Bad Bunny. Fucking dumb. Yeah, I troll, dog. I troll. So, here's one of the emails. As I tried to tell you a month ago, I have continued interviewing the young victim, Carla, and she has finally opened up about her guardian as was attacked and beaten by U.S. agents in Chetumal. She has disclosed where she met Epstein, where Holmes visited in New York, Maryland, New Mexico, Florida, Virgin Islands, Cozumel, Playa del Carmen, and Cancun in just the last 2 years with Marquinco. The names she has associated with him, and these visits include the Clintons, the Bidens, Wayne, and other older politicians. Wayne? No, I don't know if that's Wayne. I don't know who Wayne is in this essence. She says lawyers too. She has a photogenic memory and uses an excellent artist who sketches these men. These U.S. agents who attacked her and raped her and her guardian are under arrest in Mexico and have asked her and her guardians to drop all charges against them so that all the harassing attacks stop. I don't trust these people to not harm her and her guardian due to all the past attacks. If you want to interview her, let me know and we can arrange for you to talk. So, like, it sucks because, so it says U.S. agents, which would be like people from Clinton's or Biden's or part of these, I don't know. Like, so it is clear today that Epstein was working for Israel, but he was also on his own. Like, he was working for both sides, and that's probably why they killed him. or not killed him, fucking took him out, took him out of the, because okay, if America would have like kept him here, they would have got all the data from him, and if America would have killed him here, they could have cloned him. And that's real. That's super real. But Israel needed him out so that he doesn't say shit, and they don't have his body, they don't have anything of him. So I could see that exactly why. As far as if he's alive over there, like to this day, hey man, who know? Like we don't know exactly to this day, but for legitimately, he was working for both sides, and he was extracted, as people would say. We're gonna go next to the next one. So back to the comments real quick. After you hit the bottom of the ancient history slop, well, you soon realize it's been the same problem for 10,000 years. 10,000 or like 50,000, maybe somewhere around there. Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. Even the same religion being the same problem when Rome is burning event happened. Yeah, they did get lost because they started allowing too much debauchery, and they started intertwining too many religions and deities and spirits. Epstein is working for higher than Zionists, who, in a sense, people would call it the Council of One, or some of these other things. These super elite, Council 300 type of shit. Even more elite than that, right? He also works with MI6, CIA, FSB. Yeah, he was definitely he's definitely one of the world's powerfulest men, freelance men in a sense. Next up, sex change operation surgeon visited Epstein Island with 3 kids. A surgeon known for performing sex changes, including on teens like Jazz Jennings, visited Epstein Island accompanied by 3 kids. Jess Ting received thousands of dollars funneled towards transgender research. Oh man. So she says, would Friday work for your schedule? That would be the best day for us. Then party consists of myself and my friend Michelle and her 3 kids, 8, 8, and 5. So remember that what the Talmud says, any girl or any kid under age of 9, right? Good girl, Dr. Ting, just checking in to see if the certain day would work for you to have some fun on Jeffrey's Island. Oh, wow. That is incredibly generous of Jeffrey. We can have you and your family picked up from St. John on whatever day is convenient for you, brought to Jeffrey's Island to play with his, quote, toys. What? And have some lunch. I have CC, Jeffrey's Island managers, Roy and Stephanie, as well as Daphne, who works in Jeffrey's office on St. Thomas. They can assist in coordinating with you. I wonder if those people are alive. Roy, Stephanie, and Daphne. That's insane. I wonder what toys mean. I'm a little confused. It's the same council that ordered insurgency against the Rosicrucians in the Middle Ages, which would be the Elohim. I do think that in a true sense that the fallen angels or the Watchers are to this day living to this day, and these dudes who do these elites who do the rituals, when they say they're seeing this shit, they're not joking. They are not joking. Down in Antarctica, they are not joking. For sure. Like there's some shit out there. So like I just said, this is just the water level of the iceberg, dogs. This is just the water level. And here, Jeffrey Epstein kidnapped minors from around the world. He transported underage girls from Turkey, the Czech Republic, and other countries in Asia, many who spoke little or no English. So remember, like, even the same thing with the border, and how there was a lot of kids being found at the border who just don't fucking speak the same language as the parent that's bringing them. Like, so strange, right? Like, man, bro. Oof. So, it says destinations including Europe, the Caribbean, and Africa. He provided accommodations with him in order to have her available to him at all times whenever wherever he went, including while transporting the minor plaintiff on his private jet. Each time they would travel to one of these destinations, the same pattern of SA would occur. Often a vast array of aspiring models, actresses, celebrities, and other females, including minors from all over the world. Upon information and belief, defender transported minor girls from Turkey, the Czech Republic, Asia, and numerous other countries, many of whom spoke no English. To plaintiff's knowledge, only females specifically excluded from defendant's sexual escapades were African Americans. Oh my God. In addition to being continually exploited to satisfy defendants' every sexual whim, plaintiff was also required to be sexually exploited by defendants' adult male peers, including royalty, politicians, academians, businessmen, and other professional and personal acquaintances. Whenever defendant transported plaintiff with him in his private jet to any destination, defendant would pay plaintiff a flat rate per day, while he and his above-mentioned associates would essay the plaintiff, the minor plaintiff. Most of these acts of abuse occurred during a time when the defendant knew that plaintiff was approximately 15, 16, 17, and years of daily sexual exploitation continued into her adulthood. So, like, they do what they did to, like, Britney Spears and these other Hollywood girls, Ariana Grande, like 15, 16, 17, they fucking abuse the shit out of him. Miley Cyrus, which is like what makes them completely turn into like not the same person. You know what I mean? And sometimes it gets really bad, probably like Erica Kirk. And they fucking kill their boyfriend or set him up. Despite defendants stating shortly before plaintiff's 16th birthday that he would soon have to trade her in because she was getting too old. Fuck. Defendant continued to S.A. plaintiff until she fled at 19. Defendant's predilection for young girls was well known to those who regularly procured them for him to his circle of friends. On one of the defendant's birthdays, a friend of the defendant sent him 3 12-year-olds from France who spoke no English for defendant to SA. After doing so, they were sent back to France the next day. Dude, what the fuck? See, what sucks is that parents are selling their kids for millions of dollars. And some of these parents don't give a shit. They don't care. And it's fucking sad, dude. Woody Allen, who appears throughout the Epstein files, abused his own stepdaughter when she was a child. Mia Farrow leaked the recording, and she's not all right. Woody, she walks around the house holding her vagina. She sleeps with me. She's scared of you, and you hurt her. I'm not going to listen to that phone call. That's fucked up, dude, because people have been talking about that shit for a long time. And people have been talking, like, literally, like, Woody Allen canceled that dude. Like people have been talking about that for 20 years. Fuck. This is insane, bro. Insane. You know, you gotta, like, realize these people have no heart, no soul, no spirit, no care, no love in the world. They worship the devil. That's what it is. That's what it all boils down to. Here's how the twisted elite controls the narrative. This is an email in which Epstein demands that Lawrence Krauss write an article on how to debunk these things. So the mainstream must think this is all nonsense while they exploit it for their own evil purposes. So, like, the quote goes that all of these elites follow rules for rules for thee, not for me. So it's like they say all this shit that we can't do. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's not real. It's not good. And then they do it. So they're just lying because they worship the devil, and the devil is a liar, and that's found even in the textbooks. The Bible says that, the Quran says that, the Talmud says that, every religion. See, every religion admits that the devil's a liar, but only a few religions actually go against the devil. The Talmud actually worships the devil, and they admit it. They say he's a liar, but he's our friend. So it's fucked up. That's why they call him, like, adversary, which is friend. Even the same with the Quran. They worship their Allah, which in essence would be a fucking devil. It is it in the fucking Quran. It says he is the chief of liars. So fucking the devil. Seriously, the same shit, right? So they spit the devilish lies, the lies, the lies. That's all they do. They call us conspiracy theorists, but in reality, these guys are like fucking doing rituals that we can't even speak of. Here's another article. It says the Sultan of Bin Sulaym sends an article to Jeffrey Epstein about the beautiful women kidnapping young adult men. So, like, these women who are knocking men out through drugs and robbing them and things. I wonder if fucking Cardi B ever trafficked men, because she says she would knock them out, she would get them drunk or high or put them on pills, whatever, put them out to sleep, and then rob them. Huh? Something's a little fishy there. Something's a little fishy there. Elon Musk. So, talking about Reid Hoffman, says Epstein used Reid being there to try to get me to go, not realizing that it would have the opposite effect. So he doesn't like Reid Hoffman. Island last weekend. Do you think it will be in the Caribbean for? So Jeffrey Epstein's trying to email him, and interesting. Doesn't show Elon's response. I wonder if he did respond. He's just trying to hide it. Anyways, we're gonna get right here into this article about creating supernatural abilities. Right. So let's go ahead and. So earlier, when I talked about the classic stage 3 model, here's the other part of it. Let's see. Hold on, one second. Just to make sure that I can read this. So pretty much it says right here, the caravan trip has been wonderful in meeting people that are stage 3 psychics. These are the people who are developing a different perspective of reality and discovering the gifts that they have. Also enrolling others who have a strong interest in this area. Among the new projects emerging include a base to use science-based approach and Eastern practices to help these stage 3 people out. I feel that the work is very important toward helping people identify and recognize the gifts that they have and which may not be accepted or well understood by society today. My intention for sending you the mail to show you that it is relevant work and that people are benefiting. People that would not normally otherwise fit are learning to accept themselves and that the abilities are beyond what society would consider normal. New models are also possible, such as alternative paradigms. And so these are the things, so in their own emails, they're literally saying like, psychic abilities are real and we're bringing it out and trying to better people. And like, okay, that is true in a sense where like psychic abilities are real, but trauma isn't the only way to go about them. You don't have to be traumatized to unlock psychic abilities. And do psychic abilities help when you unlock them like naturally? Yes. When they're abused onto you, no. It's a bit harder, and you just experience abuse and abuse and abuse. So here's Jeffrey Epstein, in the background, he's saying, yeah, psychic abilities are real. And then over here in the paper, it says, Lawrence, can you pen an article on how to debunk claims of C2, alien abductions? Many people share similar stories, ghosts, out-of-body experiences. I'd like to include criticisms that have been brought, 10 years of similar stories. Just give it to me. It will not have your name attached. Lawrence Krauss says, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't, it's all blacked out. That sucks. Yeah. Well, pretty much like they work with the news and the mainstream to be like, yo, don't say this. You can't say that. Blah, blah, blah. You can't do that. All right, so back to the comments real quick. So it says, "This is why important that the Bible is written twice." Yeah, for sure. The Bible has been fucking straight up manipulated. Gnosticism versus Metacism, injecting European paganism into Abrahamic religions was so. The accounts of the Elohim ruling Persia and Turkic lands could be discounted. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. They made it. They definitely mashed it so much together that people don't know the truth. It's also very historic. It's also why every historical article from China is dismissed as lies scientifically, even though it lines up exactly. Yeah, that's true. Even 10,000 years ago, when they talked about cannabis, people were like, "Oh, that's fucking stupid," and then like it's all real. UNESCO has gone on the way to block archaeological digs. That's true. Fact, bro. You should hop on my podcast, dog. Multiplicity is a way of increasing chance of intent by forming negative aura. That's why they use double speak in MSN. Hey, bro, for real, yeah, that's true. They're also using it as a subliminal programming. So, like, yeah, for sure, bro. All right, we're gonna continue forward. Epstein files bombshell Jane Fonda and Robert De Niro in emails. Woo! Damn. Robert De Weirdo. So it says 100% had a 100% Jew night, media elite, and once the money is paid. So it's kind of too small to read, but even Peggy Siegel was here. Wow. Robert De Niro and Jane Fonda. Damn, everybody's heroes are going down. Oh, this is messed up right here, guys. This is gonna fucking ruin everything. Disgusting Pizzagate and Arthur connections in Epstein files. The Leslie Taylor was a children's programming producer. So she made Arthur, Caillou, Spider Riders, Postcards from Buster, Mona the Vampires, Richard Scarry, and many others. And so it says, this is wild. From Diane. Thank you. We love to have you with us. He is so cute. Have a great week. Thank you for taking the boys for pizza. Was sad to have the fun leave. Have a great time skiing. Leslie Taylor's in here. Yum, that looks good. The boys are really cute too. I just need them by 4:10 p.m. He needs a quick shower, then going to the doctor for his annual. So, like when people said that these kids' cartoons looked a little funny and they made funny, hints. Yeah, dude. It's bad. So, here's a music video from Rixos and Jana. Trip out. And, well, guess what? This music video means Island. I wonder how they know. Right? And the reason people know is because of Isaac Cappy's Dead Man trigger of this video. This is young girls in bathing suits, so they're not naked, but they're like, why are young girls in bathing suits on Jeffrey Epstein's island? Fuck, what the fuck, dude? I would murder anybody that touched my kid. I don't give a shit. I'll go to jail. I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck it, fuck them. Like my life, my kid's life. My kid's life means more than my life at the moment. I'm gonna put my hands up. I'm gonna put a gun up or something. Oof, that's rough, man. It's rough. It's rough. It's definitely satanic. Epstein's victims say she witnessed Whitey Burglar and Kevin Weeks kidnap a child. She also says she was raped by several well-known politicians that are named below. She says, fuck. She further says corrupt FBI agents practice witchcraft, aka Satanism. Oh, I've been saying that forever. These dudes are witchcraft specialists, Satanists. They're all in the leagues. They're all in the cult, the FBI, the Church of Satan, the Temple of Satan, the Kabbalistic, Zionistic Jews that are from the Chabad Ludovich and all these other extreme organizations. They're all fucking in hand with each other. The Freemasons, the Knights Templar. I can keep going. All of these people with like fraternities and badges and logos and secret little oaths and rituals and fucking they call them fraternities and shit like that. These adult fraternities, these Masonic temples and these other things. Like politicians have to take oaths. Doctors have to take oaths. In an essence, they are being inducted into a fraternity of ancient Masonic orders, and which is why doctors have been fucking known to have a gag order when they've accidentally killed someone, because it's the damn money. It's talking like, oh shit, I need to do it for the money, and so they'll fucking kill a lot of people. Put the people on gas masks and during COVID, and 95% of people died. Right? They didn't need to. They fucking killed them. They literally killed them with cyanide. Anyways, we're gonna get into this article. I really need your help outside of Florida because these agents have been terrorizing me and they're corrupt and believe they are psychopaths. I am living in a nightmare and they have threatened my life. Oh, probably because they know you're a fucking weirdo. Yeah, and when certain cop agents and shit are on these people, like these people get scared. Like all the people who are on Diddy was scared as shit. People saw videos of Diddy a year before his arrest, and he was scared out of his fucking mind because like he knew, right? And so, what's crazy is that like some of the cops get killed, but like some of the cops don't, right? So, like, and then I think when I think lately, there was 3 major sheriff deputies from different county or like all from the same local province or area, county, and maybe in different towns or something, or I don't know what the fuck it was. They were all by each other, but they all got killed like in a same explosion or a same gunfire battle. Like they all got set the fuck up. It was so strange. Like, yeah, it was weird. I think that's the type of shit. These guys are literally killing and murdering and defending. So it's right here. It says, I'm a target of the very people who raped me. In 2021, I ended up in jail and didn't know why I was there. A Sheriff Grady Judd entrapment, along with the FBI. Sheriff Grady Judd was at the church, raped me as a child, and the CIA and the FBI knew and did nothing to help me or my younger sister. The FBI knew I was raped by Epstein when I was between the ages of 10 and 12 years old, and they knew I was gang raped by Stephen Bannon and other men who strapped me down on a table at Epstein's. These men targeted me because they made reference of me being strapped down and raped as a child. This was my punishment for telling that I saw James Boger and Kevin Weeks kidnap a child. This witch hunt started when I was 5 years old. I couldn't remember, but I remember now that I told my teacher I was being molested and told her I witnessed my parents doing a kidnapping. They weren't my parents. My teacher, Janice Farham at the Pratt School, tried to get me help, but help never came. James Boger connections was obviously overpowered. This happens all the time. Like years, a long time ago. Like I've had friends, girls that I've talked to, and they said they've been abused by the system, by their parents, by their family, by these agents, by the cartels and different things. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. And I tried getting this person who reached out to me. She was coming out about the transgender force. Her parents and the church that she was at tried forcing her to go transgender and so they couldn't abuse her, and like she broke, and it was fucking crazy. It's because like that was all the proof was there. Like she showed me all the proof, and it was fucked up. Like these motherfuckers, fuck these dudes straight up. Like and it's like what sucks is that like for the most part, a lot of them do in family shit, but yeah, they go out and kidnap her, but they're only going for like certain like they go for white kids, a lot of the whiter kids, I guess, right? Kind of weird. I am a target of Donald Trump. In 2014, a CIA agent tricked me into going to Epstein's at Palm Beach. He said I was going to a holiday party. I got there with him, was handed a drink, and I was drugged up once again. He took me to a room and said, "Here, I'll be right back." And immediately the door was shut and locked by Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeff Epstein. Every time I tried to get out, they would back me into a room, and it was Ghislaine Maxwell who is really doing this. So, like, Ghislaine and Beyonce are rumored to be fucking the pimps for women and young girls. I was locked in a room to be a sex slave. At one point, the butler unlocked the door and standing there was Donald Trump. I wasn't his cup of tea. He said to a man, "Make sure she drinks some of those so that she forgets I was here." Then said to the butler, "Only open the door that you think I will like." In 1998, Robert Murray was working with the FBI and told me I was a victim. I didn't understand. He told me I don't remember. He was working with the same short FBI agent who took me from the bed several times to drug me. In 1998, I was asked if I saw James Bulger kidnap a child when I was about 14, and I said yes. Well, days later, I was set up and put on a government list by a woman in a Massachusetts General Hospital that was a psychiatrist. She mentioned the name Rico and said that she was going to call because she had a connection. After I told her, "You can't put me on this list without a court hearing." This woman was working with my younger sister. I was called by the woman who pretended to be my mother, and she told me I had a meeting to discuss my sister's treatment plan. I walked into a witch hunt of false allegations. These allegations were made by two women who are Winter Hill gang members. So it's talking about there are women who are fucking being shady as shit in the industry, telling girls to start OnlyFans, telling girls to come to these parties, these clubs, these areas, these joints, these streets, and they're setting them up and kidnapping them, and it's fucked up. The two, fuck, um. At the end of the meeting, the psychiatrist said, "You shouldn't be talking about the kidnapping you witnessed to endanger your family." The two men came in and injected me with drugs, and they put a wire in my wrist. I couldn't remember they did this to me until recently. They've been listening to my entire life. The two women who made false allegations about me set me up and I almost died. They asked me if I witnessed a kidnapping, and I said I did. Days later, James Bulger and Kevin Weeks abducted me and another woman, and I was overdosed with drugs for having a big mouth. I woke up in a different month. The man who pretended to be my father, who also involved me as I did for James Bulger, which I didn't know or could remember any of the horrors of my life. A witch hunt that continues today, which includes the FBI trying to prove that I'm a lesbian and entrapments that are just wrong. I drove to the sushi restaurant, and the FBI said I drove by a school on purpose, which is just a lie. This just goes. In 1998, Robert Murray, my boss at Bank of Boston, said there were psychopaths in the CIA and FBI playing the game. He said Donald Trump was involved and was in the pedophile ring. He mentioned Justin Clarence Thomas, who I didn't know. He told me that I was sold by the CIA to a man who pretended to be my father, the man that raped me repeatedly and sex trafficked me. I didn't believe it, but I do now. These agents here in Florida then took me from the bed that are psychopaths. I remember this short agent asked me if I had bad luck night shirt. I understand that he was talking about she doesn't remember what he was talking about because she was drugged and sitting there in a night shirt half naked. Now I understand that this is truly hard for anyone to believe every time. Um but every time they take me from bed, I am wearing a particular night shirt. 2014, I was abducted by Kevin Weeks, another man. Um, Man, we're gonna keep going. This is getting it's hard. It's hard. It's definitely fucked up. Holy guacamole. Holy guacamole. So in this email, Epstein says Davos can replace the UN, cyber, crypto, genetics, intelligence coordination, which is more than or less exactly what is happening with Trump, BlackRock, Elon Musk, Palantir, the technocracy, AI governance, transhumanism, and ultimately the rebranding of the New World Order into something of more MAGA palatable operation. Nazi. And that's pretty much what it is. It's a rebranding of the white supremacy. That is why Trump was a keynote at the World Economic Forum this year and announced the Board of Peace Gaza Smart City rebuild project there. They really did plan all of this out in advance. Epstein was aware or even involved, and Trump had to be the perfect Trojan horse to get the job done and could never be a Democrat. I fucking said that. Trump couldn't ever win as a Democrat. Even though he was a Democrat all his whole life, he's baited and fucking just stole the Republicans because he knew exactly what they like to say. He's all about the money. He got a lot of money from them, I'll tell you that. Man. Oh man. So, we're gonna keep going. Davos can really. Oh wait, hold on. It says right here, up here. Exactly. We need a new global architecture. World Economic Forum. Davos is uniquely positioned. Public-private best. Borge. Davos can really replace the UN. Cyber, crypto, genetics, intelligence coordination, like my stint at the Trilateral. Whoa! So the World Economic Forum is trying to overtake the UN for, you know, global dominance. The issues now need to deal with the distributed trust and internet fallout. Damn. Pizzagate, definitely real. Definitely real. More and more so. It's being proven. Check this out. So, um, this is a clip that's gonna put things together. So Jim Cazaville, who probably isn't innocent himself, I'll be real. This dude probably isn't innocent. All you need is a blood transfusion from the pack, and you are reverse aging. So Epstein files. That's his part of his email. Jim Cazaville saying adrenochrome, which is caused by torturing little kids to get their adrenaline up, essentially, and extracting it from them. So here's a collaborative clip.
Adrenochrome. That's not true. It's C9H9NO3. This is a chemical compound that is absolutely, this has been around in modern science since the 1930s. You can actually, there's a synthetic form and there's a regular natural form, which is caused by torturing little kids to get their adrenaline up, essentially, and then extracting it from them. When you sit and so I brought this up a few years ago, and all of a sudden I was attacked by every media. Look it up. It's there. They absolutely went after me. And the next day, I never heard from my agency for 14 months. My lawyers let me go. My agency never called me after that. And essentially I was done. Adrenochrome. There's not.
Wild. Hey, you know what movie? For everybody out there, this is real shit. You know what movie references scaring children to get their essence so that people can be powered up and live longer? Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. They scare the children and they extract the scare. What's this say? They torture little kids, so they get the adrenaline rushing through the blood, and then they take that adrenalized blood. Oh, and remember in Toy Story, when Woody and Buzz were kidnapped and taken to where else but Comet Pizza? Oh, what did I say earlier? Didn't it? Yeah, these guys got all their fucking, like, I don't know how to say this. They got all the movie producers with them, giving out little hints, and it's just weird. It's just super weird. And even some of the main UFO organizations. So, and not UFO fucking like millions of people have seen UFOs around the world. Millions of people have studied, but these UFO organizations are very nitpick and tight picked. So they don't fucking allow shit. Like they don't really allow anybody in it. Normies, right? They don't allow just normal people. So it's definitely strange. It's definitely strange because, like, it's they treat this like a joke, but literally it's like they reference it all the time. I ain't gonna lie, man. This is wild. So, what the hell? Says Jeffrey Epstein's New Mexico Zorro Ranch, where he planned a baby making factory in open secret with neighbors. So it says before group gang training exercise in Bali. So it's like gang rape. That's fucked up. Oh, dude. This is too small to read, but okay. For everybody who wants to like understand maybe what this Zorro Ranch might, show you or tell you, look at the show Westworld. So look at the show Westworld, like the old movie and the show, and so you're gonna see in the show Westworld they got this city for the elites, and it's definitely weird because the elites can do whatever they want, they can say whatever they want, they can act however they want, they can kill, they have clones, they have robots, they have no rules. It's literally a city for the rich, built by the rich, that they could do all the drugs, they can get all the alcohol, they can take whoever they want there, and literally they could do anything. There's no law, there's nothing. So like there's human slaves kidnap people that are sent there as the workers. You know, they kidnap people. You know, they're sent there as the workers. They're sent there as the city folk, and then the rich come in, and they could do whatever the fuck they want with them. Anything, murder, rape, all that. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. But what's even crazier is that like when people get killed or something, like there's the underground watchmen of the Richmond city who take the dead bodies and then they like work on them in a lab. So like make clones or make like artificial people or reboot them back into like an android or some shit. Like it's so strange, the idea in which these elites take their strangeness. No other way to say it. Next up, yeah, right here. They wanted you to care about Ukraine because the Western elites pirate cove. The corrupt hole is where all the nasty shit gets a hall pass. We're talking about bioweapons, organ harvesting, child trafficking, anything you need. Here's a real doozy from 2006, way before the BBC had a propaganda narrative to drive, reporting on the systemic culture of child organ and stem cell harvesting in Ukraine. You know, so that the child killers can live forever with advanced anti-aging technologies developed in Ukrainian biolabs. This is just the water level of the iceberg. So here it is. From Matthew Hill, BBC Health correspondent. Healthy newborn babies may have been killed in Ukraine to feed a flourishing international trade in stem cells. Evidence obtained by the BBC. Disturbing video footage of post-mortem examinations on dismembered tiny bodies raise serious questions about what happened to them. Remember, Planned Parenthood keeps keeps babies alive. Remember, Planned Parenthood takes these fetuses and sells them to the highest bidders. Ukrainian has become maybe it's not like exactly Planned Parenthood itself, but these organizations, the people above it, all the ones that do these type of things. There's a trade in stem cells from aborted fetuses amid unproven claims that they can fight many diseases. But now there are claims that stem cells are also being harvested from live babies. Whoa! So they've already been using aborted fetuses for 50 years to put into the medicine supply for them. But like just 20 years ago, they started harvesting it from live babies. It's fucked up. The BBC has spoken to mothers from the city of Kharkiv who say that they give birth to healthy babies only to have them taken by maternity staff. In 2003, the authorities agreed to exhume around 30 bodies of fetuses and full-term babies from a cemetery used by maternity hospital number 6. One campaigner was allowed into the autopsy to gather video evidence. She has given that footage of the BBC and the Council of Europe. In a report investigating the disappearance of newborn babies, the council describes a general culture of trafficking of children snatched at birth and a wall of silence from hospital staff upwards over their fate. So there's some higher level management, military fuckers, like militaristic type of Rothschild, Freemasonic type of fuckers. So these dark ones, let's just say these dark people in dark suits, all black suits, all black military type of gear, tactical type of special force type of weird shit. Like they're coming in protecting these politicians or whoever the hell is coming and taking these babies. And it's really it's fucking insane. I never knew about this article. So even on there's two articles right here: Ukrainian baby theft, Ukrainian baby hospital, this Ukrainian babies and stem cells. So there's multiple articles on this from that time. Woo, that's pretty wild. Oh, apparently Epstein lived in the Vatican for a while. A 2015 email from one of his assistants casually mentions that Epstein was living with Pope John Paul II in the Vatican. The rest of the email isn't about religion. It's about Epstein reviewing interior finishes. Holy hell, Epstein's suicide email found from the same day he died, and they thought his death was linked to another mention, but it was not, in fact, suicide. Just heard about Epstein based on what we have discovered here and who was involved here in New Mexico. We don't believe it was suicide. When you have 5 minutes, you need to listen to what we have as evidence. Oh, wow. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein's newly released files named Jay-Z as a sick predator who drugged and raped multiple women and was literally naked in the room with Harvey Weinstein raping young women. Insane. So Jay-Z has deleted all of his Instagram posts and reportedly fled the country. You put two and two together. Why would the most fucking successful rapper ever in history, supposedly, right? Why would he supposedly the best rapper, biggest mogul, whatever, right? Biggest, richest, baddest boy, you know what I mean? Whatever. Why would he delete all of his shit immediately on the same day that his name gets dragged through the fucking mud? You know why? Because he's guilty. That is why. Jay-Z is a monster. Beyonce is probably held against her own will and drugged up. And doing it sucks, man. Pray for Beyonce. Pray for Babe. Britney Spears Epstein files alert. When she was in conservatorship, Jeffrey Epstein and Mark Tramo sent emails about Mark getting funding to do a project relating to Britney. Britney's child custody woes were a topic of discussion. Mark works with the UCLA Geffen Medical School. Britney was held against her will in the UCLA Resnick Psychiatry Hospital and not allowed to leave. Holy shit. Jeffrey, thanks for the time. I hope you don't think this is too presumptuous. I thought I should at least ask your help before moving on buying that practice. I think thanks for thinking of me in Cambridge. I'd be happy to fly you out with Martin and the gang. I'm attaching my CV. I think it would be a superfluous investment charity with our conversation. The Institute of Music and Brain Sciences, privately operating foundation, can fund their own research. We'd use some of the initial funds for perception and ERP lab. So not all would go into salary. I would have a small army of students staffing the institute. The salary would free me up to write some grants. My new pal at UMG has offered to send Brittany the neonatal ICU project. Holy shit. I sent the Florida Science Foundation in 2009. Since he has her as her publisher. So what is the neonatal? I don't know. Damn. So they were testing on Brittany. No wonder Brittany's all messed up. They were traumatizing the shit out of her. She went from the sweetest, like, I don't say probably she wasn't probably the most innocent. She probably was doing all the other stuff the teenagers were doing, but she was abused like out of her mind So she did, in essence, go from the sweetest girl to like the most wickedest girl, and on fucking Instagram now, literally nude and shit. It's so strange. So right here, it's talking about this next one is talking about the Epstein's fake death. Robert Gurdjieff has been identified as the prison employee who posted on 4chan claiming Epstein left his cell Friday evening shackled in a medical wheelchair, while at the same time an authorized trip van arrived at the prison, which he believes took Epstein away the night before news broke of his death. Gurdjieff's name is not redacted on his bank records included in the SDNY subpoena response from Citibank in his 4chan post. The same ties to the same prison officer Robert Gurdjieff statements were released as part of the prison investigation. Oh, so there's collaborative data. Very interesting. Alex Klokas is one of the lead investigators for Skywatcher Group that purported that. Oh, fuck me! I didn't mean to do that. Damn it! Where'd it go back? Oh. Where'd it go? There we go. Holy shit. So this Alex Klokas purported that psionic assets would use psychic abilities to summon UFOs. He also said left-handed and gays and children were more psychic. That's crazy. So if you're a left-handed child and gay, you're the most psychic in the world, dude. According to Alex Klokas and Jeffrey Epstein. That's insane. So let's look at this right here. This is kind of wild. Jimmy Savile, which is Epstein times 2, was a European monster with over, let's just say, 500 victims. Jeffrey Epstein, over 200 victims. Harvey Weinstein, over 100 victims. P. Diddy, probably over 100 victims for sure. Michael Jackson, 5 extortion attempts. And they never, ever truly found shit on him. Only because Michael Jackson was a black man and he tried overtaking, he tried overtaking the music industry and taking money from all these white men. And so they killed him. And so they try to say Michael Jackson was a, like one of them dudes, but like he wasn't. Diddy, though, Diddy was named in the Epstein files 50 times. Michael Jackson wasn't. Donald Trump was, but Michael Jackson wasn't. Jay-Z was. Michael Jackson wasn't. Oh, and if this is the first time you ever heard about this, this is insane. So I actually seen this years ago. I forgot from what clip and exactly where, but the Disney Cruise Line, hear me out, Disney and their yacht cruise traveled to St. James Island. So they would take kids. Disney literally took kids on yacht cruises from Disney fucking resorts to Jeffrey Epstein's island. Straight up, dude. Straight up. Oh, and here's a quick picture. Look at this. Ghislaine Maxwell worked for Disney in 1985. You wonder why, huh? Oh, who? Oh, it's Mickey Mouse. Oh, yeah. I'm with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. I can't even do it. This is too real. This is fucking crazy. Here we go. So more about Bill Gates and Epstein. Leaked emails exposed Bill Gates plotting strain pandemic simulations and neurotech weapons tied to Epstein's web, all the way back in 2017, while pushing deadly jabs and digital slavery. He's engineering brain control and depopulation agendas. Hit your bro. Well,
now here we are. We didn't simulate this. We didn't practice.
On behalf of our partners in the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
So both the health policies and economic policies, we find ourselves in uncharted territory.
Because they invested too much into it and they fucking saw it fail. Epstein looks like a creep. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. So in this email, it's talking about domestic health and neurotech brain science. Talking about consumer health expenditures, neurotechnologies relating to chronic and degenerative diseases, neurotechnologies as weapons in national intelligence and defense. Oh shit. Recommendations or technical specifications for strain pandemic simulation. Oh shit. Insane. This email talks about the two more radical ideas would be to form two new currencies. One called the Sharia would be like a dollar, but every dollar has printed on it "In God We Trust." The Middle East would have its own Sharia for internal use among Muslims. In addition, a digital currency like Bitcoin could be used to form a new Sharia compliant digital currency. Very exciting. I've spoken to some of the founders of Bitcoin who are very excited. I have not heard any dates from you. So people are trying to say that I said founders. People are trying to say that Jeffrey Epstein is one of the main guys, but I don't know. It's I don't know. I mean, fucking anything's on the table at this point. The attached email is the most shocking email I've seen yet in the Epstein release. We've had another serious incident since an American shot the trial judge in our child sex trafficking case here. What? I'm gonna read this whole thing. I'm sorry, what the fuck? An American was in Mexico and shot a trial judge overseeing a child sex trafficking case. It goes on. He and both, I think that the latest incident is tied to the fact that we have reached out to your team. Who is on your team, knowing that we talked to anyone assigned from NSA, CIA, and U.S. State Department? Please understand, lives are in jeopardy. The guy writing the email is accusing the DOJ of having someone from the NSA, CIA, or state on his team and suggesting that their knowledge of the prosecution of a sex trafficker would generate a hit on the judge assigned to the case. But it gets worse. That wasn't the first violent attempt to stop the prosecution of a sex trafficker. We have 4 armed attacks against us. My partner has shot and killed 2 and wounded 5 American agents to date. Numerous white American agents following us in vans assigned to the U.S. Embassy. George was attacked and lost his arm. Holy crap, in 2019, U.S. Embassy, likely CIA vans, were stalking our own guys assisting in Mexico to prosecute sex trafficking. The president of Mexico is keenly aware of our case against Marcinko and other U.S. officials. This case we have here is most certainly connected to yours. We have the proof. Our case will help bring a whole new dynamic to what you know and who is involved. Prince Philip is small fry compared to what we have uncovered. Richard Marcinko is the late founder of SEAL Team 6 who died in 2021. You may want to question the ex-U.S. ambassador in Mexico, Mr. Earl Anthony Wayne. Oh, so there's that Wayne. So earlier in the emails it mentions Wayne. So it's the ex-U.S. ambassador to Mexico. Earl Anthony Wayne was a trafficker. Fuck, dude. This thing went all the way up, right? So they want to question him about his involvement with an underage girl when he attended and was arrested by the federal police. We believe that Marcinko and Epstein were involved in organizing this party, and it was held in Juarez, Mexico in 2014. Underage females at the U.S. consulate facility for a party organized by Navy SEALs and Epstein. Ask Epstein how he knows Richard Marcinko. He was sentenced in Mexico in 2017 to life sentence for impregnating an 11-year-old girl. Her son's DNA matches Wayne 100%. Oh, Wayne was sentenced to jail, but he was allowing an ex-U.S. Marine to stand in place to serve his sentence in Mexico. That was an agreement worked out between our State Department and a judge in Mexico after a huge payoff. Fuck! What? Dude! What? So these ambassadors are being charged with crimes, but they're paying off politicians to throw U.S. soldiers into the jail for them, and then they're probably promising the soldier this and this and this and this. So a former Marine is imprisoned for essaying a young girl, knowing that it wasn't him and it was the ambassador that did it himself. So I want to confirm that the phone you'll be using has been swept for malware and keyloggers. After our call, you'll understand why we are so concerned for secure comms here. The agent on the ground in Mexico insists that the person ensures phone is free from spyware to ensure the safety of the people involving in uncovering a child trafficking ring that is exposing corruption of the State Department personnel and CIA, Clintons and Bidens and Bushes and the Trumps. Of course, the task force was affiliated with the intelligence community and is obviously being monitored by it. What a retard thing to say. Oh my god. It was getting people on the ground in Mexico murdered. So that's crazy. And so here are more of the real Epstein Pizzagate files released by the DOJ Friday. So here's Daphne. May I bring you pizza? Wow, fucking A, dude. Hi Ben. Want to check if you might be available for a pizza party tonight. Next Saturday after friendly Darien game. It has been difficult to find a time for most people who are still available to participate, but it seems that next Saturday is the best for most. So participate. You know, it's crazy, right? They need to go to these Diddy parties and participate. Why were there kids at the Diddy parties? Why are there kids at the Diddy parties? So here are these. This is fucked. This is definitely some savage shit. Who is all in Austin office today? Who is going to want pizza? We only have one slice, and we don't know how thin to slice it. What? Damn, they're fucking arguing about how to slice up one kid. Not arguing, they're wondering, I guess. Oh, I want to. You know what? God will have his way. I don't. God will have his way with these fucks in hell. Like God will send these dudes to hell straight up. Here are 10 things, right? Pizzagate, Frazzle Drip, Adrenochrome, Podesta emails, Hillary Clinton emails, Huma Abedin, Comet Ping Pong, Spirit Cooking, pool parties, 65,000 hot dog party at the White House at midnight. For a decade, they blacklisted this topic and conditioned you to be, that's conspiracy theorists. Those people are crazy who are talking about it. But now the world knows. And dude, I wish that like the truth wasn't as bad as it was, but it's worse. Vladimir Zelensky invited Marina Abramovic to serve as an ambassador for Ukraine for rebuilding schools and supporting children. So this woman makes sacrifices to the devil, and she's definitely part of that satanic covenant. 1,000,000,000%. They think it's empowering. They think it's gonna give them youth forever. Look, so Fuck, why did it go that way? Sorry. Justin Bieber in his Yummy song, he was trying to show you exactly what is being said here. Jeffrey Epstein literally telling Peter Thiel he works for the Rothschilds. Oh, yeah. No rush. Did you get any feedback for Ehud Barak's Not my sweet spot. Certainly in Saudi, just think I will avoid the Middle East for the next decade or so. Should be back on the East Coast in late May, April, May, sometime in NYC or on island. As you probably know, I represent Rothschilds. I was hoping to figure out a way to bank or in management can do something in tech. Best client list in the world. Prehistoric products. It can wait. Good luck in China. I'll be in Europe again 20 through the 28th in Ireland. What the fuck? I'm always wondering why they're putting like dashes and equal marks or whatever. It's very strange. But I imagine they're trying to code their shit too. So whatever. A woman named Masha emails Epstein with straight up eugenics brain. She claims intelligence correlates with how Jewish you are, flatters him with 98%, and suggests recruiting smart people by running 23andMe percentages. So the more Jewish you are, the smarter you are, and the less Jewish you are, the stupider you are to them. Literally, that's what it says. I found criteria to find smart people. The more Jew you are, the smarter you are. You are 98% Jew. You are very smart. My ex-boss is 78% Jew. He is smart, less smarter than you are. Crazy. They really think that that's intelligence. It's insane. Here, let's just go ahead and listen to this for a second.
Diary shows that she was impregnated multiple times. Jeffrey Epstein's bank account was called Baal, the ancient Canaanite deity which people had sacrificed their children to. A victim's diary shows that she was impregnated multiple times and forced to give birth for Ghislaine and Epstein. Israel is mentioned twice as much as Donald Trump in the new documents. Here he is discussing with Roger Schank, a Jewish American academic and hedge fund worker, saying Jews create vast fortunes by manipulating markets and creating financial speculation and exploiting labor. He says, let the Goyim deal in the real world. In a discussion with the Rothschild family, Epstein says if they overthrew the Ukrainian government, there would be great opportunities. The Rothschild family paid Epstein $25 million for certain algorithms. While talking to Peggy Seigel, August 7th of 2010, she asks if an event is going to be 100% Jewish. He says, no, they'll have Goyim in abundance. But don't worry, they're just brilliant wasps from JP Morgan. Joshua Finkelstein, BlackRock's Larry Finkelstein's son, is accused of not having any respect for non-Jews, seeing them as not human. This is from his ex-girlfriend, Svetlana. He pressures her to have an abortion. In 2017, Epstein has a conversation talking about if you want to hire the best people, you have to hire only Jews. Only hire those who can prove they are genetically Jewish. Maria Farmer, one of the first victims to come out and name Epstein.
I wasn't allowed to go get food. And when I called Ghislaine and asked why I couldn't eat there, she said, it's a Jewish country club. You're not Jewish. They're not going to serve you. They, honest to God, think their DNA is better than everybody else's.
Said that their operation was motivated by Jewish supremacy.
This shit's insane, bro. Look, I'm just gonna brush through this one. I'm not gonna fucking read the email because but the description: cutting up infants and eating parts out of their intestines. That's straight demonic. Like, okay, how about this? This isn't well. I did hear about this actually. So, victim disclosed he was escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, who is the creator of True Pundit, described by multiple online sources as a conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in bad light. Moore has a criminal record as a result of the FBI investigation. So I'd like to add a few other points disclosed by the victim. While on his yacht, he witnessed African American males having sex with white blonde females, all who were bleeding during intercourse. So probably on their period or some shit, or like raping the fuck out of them and actually making them bleed, or like maybe the guys are bleeding and they cut themselves or some shit. I don't know. Who knows? He was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut with a scimitar but left no scarring. So yeah, probably. So fucking weird, bro. So they cut themselves during sex. Fucking weird. Like in a satanic way, right? On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces of the intestines. He was also raped by George Bush the First. I don't want to read that. I'm over here trying to eat. I got fucking Chipotle to my left. This is insane. I don't know how I'm gonna eat that. Fucking shit, dude. Nothing to see here. Epstein files talk about cannibalism and pedophiles. So more evidence from Epstein files proves that they were Jewish supremacists. The files are filled with derogatory remarks against Goyim. You behave just like the Goyim. Goyim were only born to serve us. It does not matter what the Goyim says. What matters is what the Jews do. That's in their words. You know, these guys literally look at us like slaves. All of us. Every single one of us. Rothschild Group gave Epstein a contract for $25 million. So it goes and shows his money trails. Prince Andrew brought a kid, raped him, then ritually sacrificed him. So Prince Andrew, yeah, part of that monstrosity. Back in the 90s, Ghislaine Maxwell recruited a girl from modeling career. Instead of modeling, she was sold as a slave for sex and torture. Prince Andrew was an accessory to her death as he tortured her and me to force her murder. And I need to get a passport to identify her. I will need someone to contact the passport office to get an expedited passport. What the hell, dude? Horrible. Bohemian Grove is mentioned. On my way to California to try to understand about the people at the Bohemian Grove. Greetings from Singapore. Karim is Wade, good friend, knows Africa well, son of the former president of Senegal, and he and Karim is Minister of Energy and is looked up to by many of the continent leaders. All right. So I don't know, bro. They have contacts with everybody. So and Antoine Vergla emailed Epstein about a mind control drug, scopolamine. Scopolamine. I don't know how to pronounce that. So I wonder why they're talking about mind control drugs. So there was a professional hotel being ran, apartment hotel only from 6 p.m. to midnight, discounts below, extra charge for submission trade at half retail, category, half-life route, drug list, and they were making billions and millions and millions. So here's the drug list. It goes coke, ketamine, DMT, LSD, Xanax, Valium, Klonopin, Percocet, Vicodin, I don't know, Dialude, oxycodone, oxycontin, oxymorphone, methadone, morphine, Adderall, Dexedrine, Dronabinol, MDMA, ecstasy, Cialis. No Viagra? They had the weak shit, Cialis. That's no, I don't know. I'm just fucking around. I've never heard of people actually take, what is this other one? Tadalafil, Cialis, and that stuff. So I don't know. I'm just talking shit. Sorry. Epstein was also pushing radical gender ideology and normalizing transgender children. Oh yeah, I read that above. Very strange. So they were also working on human cloning and designer babies. Did the cloning issue give you pause? I am back. Met with Simon Black. Attached is the document you requested. It's the use of fund spreadsheet for the designer baby and human cloning company. Fuck. Former laborer Gordon Brown accused of child rape and sex ring involvement. Gordon Brown of involvement. What? So it's talking about an essay and abuse of a 9-year-old girl. Leaked email from Hillary Clinton. This is a long time ago. This one was a leaked email, and people needed to know, like, all right, here, requesting documents pertaining to the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh, the location of his body and the location of the buried Nephilim. So they found a buried Nephilim. They found a buried fallen angel, found a buried demon, or whatever the heck. Trip out. A shocking letter mentioning Mormon blood had to be sent to Epstein every week. Oh, man. I wanted more from Jeffrey, and he was often distant and dismissive of me and my feminine charms. One night, as the sun set, I stood in the room where Jeffrey received a therapeutic message from one of his daughter's friends. The room was covered in a genie's seed, which was going to waste. I had an inspiration, asked the chef to bring me an extra large turkey baster in a beautiful fertility ritual created my youngest daughter's. At the time, Jeffrey was furious, but pointed out the staggering daughters. Every 8 years, he would always have a supply of ripe girls at his disposal. He bought me a house, got my oldest daughter into SA by donating $50,000 to, probably by, I don't know what it says, but it's blacked out, I'm guessing. Or I don't know what the fuck. So it says by donating $50,000 to gender studies program and paid for my youngest daughter to attend, and all she had to do was send him a pint of Mormon blood every week. Thank you, Jeffrey. You helped so many people and gave the Italian marble tiles in my kitchen, steam shower, and a ranch of my own to continue the great work. So the great work right here. See that great work? That's some satanic shit. Swear to God, I've seen that before. I've heard about it before, but it's like it's some Aleister Crowley shit. Some definitely satanic shit. Also, I think Ghislaine, I haven't said anything to the feds, and I won't as long as those USPS money orders keep arriving from the Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. Stop by, blah, 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 for your free session of dynamic sexuality. Bring a friend or even a dozen. We'll make it worth your time. I'm Esther Cohen, Tizer Epstein, and I approve of this message. What the what? So, that's so it was a covet. You know, this was one of the women who obviously wanted to keep on giving girls to Epstein. So it says right here, Epstein's bank name is named after a demon. Man, guys, this is getting a bit insane in the membrane. All right, I mean, yeah. So new claims emerge of Trump allegedly raping a 13-year-old girl, involving a claim that girls were checked for tightness. Epstein was a regular on furry porn forums on 4chan, making you wonder what horrors resulted in his fantasies around dressing up as rabbits. Oh yeah, he did have a fantasy for dressing up as a rabbit, I believe. Epstein kept many of his child victims locked up in cages with disturbing images confirming the grim conditions. Was it just a sickness for one man? Nope. It was a sickness for millions of men, and he was the dude that they all went to. Marina Abramovic, a woman who worked closely with Jay-Z as an artist who was fond of pig blood and baby blood, was implicated in Epstein files. She also was the Zelensky appointed ambassador for children in war. Tiger Woods was named in the Epstein files, allegedly telling him it's important to have a woman who is good and bad. Hey, Tiger Woods been known to be with a lot of women. I don't know if it's implicated that he likes younger women too, but like babies, I don't know what it doesn't say anything more about Tiger Woods. All it says is Epstein probably emailed Tiger Woods about his love for women. Probably. More evidence that horrific cannibalism rituals were carried out with infants was presented. Emails reveal Epstein was involved in an agenda to normalize transgenderism, studying the theoretical bioengineering of sexually ambiguous babies. Documents reveal Epstein may have had something on the Crown Prince of Saudi. NYC Mayor Zohar Mamdani's mother, Mira Nair, attended one of Epstein's parties. Norway's crown prince Mette Marit and Sweden's princess Sofia were close to Epstein, with the former allegedly asking him questions about naked girls. This is insane. Bill Clinton aboard Epstein's plane in 2002, cutting a Moroccan wedding cake with a redacted woman. So here's one of the pictures. So I don't know who these people are, but yeah, there's Billy Boy. Jeffrey Epstein meeting with the head of the Mormon Church. This would be Thomas S. Monson, who just happens to be the Mormon leader who often is mentioned in allegations of ritual abuse. The original Senate funding came out of Congress, and Wayne Owens, senator from Utah, I was there against it, or had a meeting to the head of the Mormon Church. I'm looking forward one day and sitting down, hearing some of your stories, and paving some new ground ahead. Do you still want to do your unconference of passionate minds? What the fuck? Jeffrey Epstein's degrees of separation to occultist and rocket scientist Jack Parsons. So trip
Here's,
out this
Frank Molina, and then here's Ghislaine's sister, Christine, married to his son. Do you guys see that? Is that interesting to anyone else? I find that super interesting. Does anyone? You guys see what I'm throwing down here? Oh, I don't have Stone Ape as a mod. Let's mod her. I personally find that a very interesting connection, and kind of goes to show.
As part of the project to explore psychic power with the CIA, he went to Scientology meetings. Doesn't mean he was a Scientologist. He may have joined, officially.
He's talking about Hal Puthoff here, by the way. Sorry. This is more kind of like on the Scientology front, but there is a connection on the next slide that you'll see that's directly connected to Epstein.
Because he wanted to see what they had. Because L. Ron Hubbard. We know all about Jack Parsons. If you read about Jack, what is it, Strange Angel? You've seen the book, the Jack Parsons book?
No.
There's a book, biography.
Strange Angel?
Strange Angels, all about all this stuff. Jack Parsons worked with Frank Molina.
Remember that name, Frank Molina.
Back in the 1930s, on all this rocket stuff. JATO, they started, what is it, Aerojet? General, the JATO?
Aerojet, yeah.
Yeah, Aerojet.
Yeah, there's actually a big Aerojet base. It's abandoned now in South Florida.
Yeah, this is all Frank Molina and Jack Parsons. And Jack Parsons was financing Aleister Crowley. And L. Ron Hubbard was, I think they knew L. Ron Hubbard, but I knew people, some of the people supported me worked with L. Ron Hubbard. And they were all these, plus it's a science fiction, Walter Breen. All these guys knew each other. It's a small world.
Why are all these guys so? Why
And
are they
they're
so?
all intelligence. They're all part of the OSS, that sort of stuff.
But why are they so into the occult
Well,
and all this angels and demons type stuff?
why, Jacques, that's why they are. That's good. Okay, short answer. Because angels and demons of the Bible are real. They are the extraterrestrial time travelers. Okay, that's why. So it's all real. All the stories in the Bible are real. They're based on. They're not. It's like, they're distorted. But all the stuff, angels and demons. Paradise Lost, John Milton and Lucifer and Satan is real. They're all real. These are high. The Greek gods are real. The Egyptian gods, all that stuff, Stargate, they're all coming back. It's all true.
That's gonna come up again with the ball stuff. Real quick, shout out Jam and Music Man says it's their birthday today. Happy birthday! Hell yeah. So if you remember, there was that part where it's Jack Parsons was working with Frank Molina. I don't know if people know this, but Ghislaine Maxwell's sister, Christine Maxwell, is married to Roger Molina, who is the son of Frank Molina. So here's Jack Parsons. Here's Frank Molina, and then here's Ghislaine's sister, Christine, married to his son. Do you guys see that? Is that interesting to anyone else? I find that super interesting. Does anyone? You guys see what I'm throwing down here? Oh, I don't have Stone Deep as a mod. Let's mod her. I personally find that a very interesting connection, and kind of goes to show. Oh, here we go. Scale Tipper says, I'm a member of the Lifeboat Foundation, and I have never detected them being a front to Scientology. Eric Klein, the founder, seems to just want to try to help humanity in case we collapse. I'm curious what your thoughts are on Jeffrey Epstein being on the board. I mean, it seems like Jeffrey Epstein was involved in actually good stuff too. He wasn't just doing evil shit 100% of the time.
I don't know. The fact that Ghislaine Maxwell had a submarine license and could fucking legally drive submarines around the world, kind of weird. Jeffrey Epstein and a woman named Lisa go on a massive rant about space-time continuum, black hole singularity, time running backward, time and space switching, flat space, invisible world in between. Hold on 1 second. My dog keeps barking. All right. So here is this article. Any availability in the space-time continuum today or tomorrow? Joking for me. Space and time are disconnected as my fingers hunt for keys. Oops, problem of email. No offense intended. I was really a bit confused. Or were you joking? I think I'm reaching the limits of my ability to disentangle grammar and spelling. Thanks. Question is, why does it look like if time was running backward, wouldn't it be deaccelerating into flat space from the singularity? Man, these guys are idiots. They're all fucking high on baby's blood, and they're just like rambling. So some of these guys are idiots. I'll be real. Which is why when you hear some of these politicians, they sound out of their mind. Kamala Harris, or maybe, they're just like dumb. They're just rambling because they're like high on this blood and this weird shit they're chopping up. Anyways, bro. Anyways. Here is another email. Shows up. Epstein met up with an individual named G. Betty, a high-level Edmonton Oilers executive chairman, P. Diddy, and a young hockey star described as the next Gretzky. Great session last week on the island. Kids got the hands. Gretzky 2.0, no doubt. We lock in that draft position. I'll talk to Honcho G. You handle all the training perks. Diddy was also exceptionally excited as well. This will keep morale high. Interesting. Diddy's done. Epstein files reveal talk of the child transport via so-called Kosovo and Thailand, with emails calling 1 million children a massive pool to tap into. What? Jesus Christ. With children during the 1 million meditation. Granted, there's an extraordinary alignment of interest. 1 million children is a massive pool to tap into. So, fuck, bro, what the hell? Pretty wild. So here is another. Okay. Well, that was the video audio. So Dog Gray posted a minute and a half collection of these emails. TMZ founder Harvey Levin is a good friend to Epstein and will be a good PR to help support the Hollywood agenda. Zuckerman suggested shorter, punchier, no attack on press, plead guilty to solicitation, no tabloid exaggeration of pedophilia. J.E. paid a price, no allegations of minors since 05, suggests leaking to London press the absurdity of Burgie's statement. There were law enforcement people in my office when I was on work release that let her in. Fergie? I wonder if that's the same Fergie from Black Eyed Peas. Would be interesting. So pretty much like Mark Levin from TMZ. Have you noticed they're not saying anything about all these people? No attack on Diddy, no attack on Epstein, no attack on anything. Jay-Z, nothing. No, why? Because he's homies with them. Yep, makes sense. I mean, the emails are right there. More on Britney. There are now like a lot of explanations and a lot of like evidence to show that Epstein and Ghislaine were trying to create their own empire and civilization and to counter the UN and to counter everything. Epstein asked for a full copy of the documentary Third Eye Spies, which covers the CIA remote viewing program at SRI started by Hal Puthoff and Russell Targ. Deepak Chopra. So he's messaging Deepak Chopra. Can I have the fucking your psychic spies video? Wow, it's crazy. That is insane. We can't even read what's on the email with this one. Oh, look at this. Here's a picture. Donald Trump. Melania, probably a sex slave. Diddy. Kimona, which Russell pimped her out since she was young. And I don't know who this last dude is. Who is this last dude? Oh, Andre Harrell. Damn. So Andre Harrell, this guy's been involved in a lot, from Michael Jackson to Diddy, and he is, like, no doubt he's one of the weirdos, and he's a leader. He's like groomed Diddy since a child or since a young boy. Yeah, he was Diddy's groomer. And he also had a part with R. Kelly too. Very strange. Trump's head of security threatened a girl that if she blabbed, she would be buried under a golf course like the other cunts. Fun fact about golf courses. Do you know that every golf course has an underground tunnel system? Like big underground tunnel system? Like huge underground tunnel system? And they're all like linked to the underground tunnels. Yeah. You just you're not told about it, but there's an underground there's underground networks beneath the golf courses. And it's pretty wild because that's where you see all the rich folk, right? They go out they go out to these golf courses, hide, or they go and do their things, and they're gone all day, all week on these golf courses, golf expeditions. They say they're just out golfing. They say. Oh, Elon Musk. Let's see. Where is it? Elon Musk message Epstein, asking to come on the island, I guess. So here's a summary. Reported unidentified female was forced to perform oral sex on Trump at approximately 35 while he was 35. The friend told Alexis she was like 13 years when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was hit in the face after she laughed about biting Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. Woman reported she had a friend who was a personal assistant to Epstein in Florida from 86 until like 91 or 92. This friend shared names of some of the guests at parties, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. At 16, while modeling, Caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, Caller reported that she was essayed by Epstein. Another occasion, twin brothers Alan and Orrin lured Caller and her friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Orrin raped her best friend, and third brother Tall raped 14-year-old girl. Caller named individuals involved in big orgy parties with other young girls and older Victoria's Secret models. So the Victoria's Secret, that shit goes crazy and deep. Like the leader, the founder of Victoria's Secret sold his mansion to Epstein directly. He was part of they call it like Victoria's Secret for a reason, right? And it's interesting. Queen Victoria's secret of procuring young girls, the elites. Prince Andrew, Queen Victoria, same thing. All of them. Online complaint reported that she was a victim and witnessed a sex trafficking ring at Trump Golf Course on Rancho Palos Verdes, California, between 95 and 96. Complaint reported Ghislaine as the madam and broker for the sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, Donald Trump. Complaint reported participating in orgies, and some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complaint reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security. If she ever talked of what went on there, she would end up as a fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other cunts. Complaint claims to have video of high-profile sex parties dealing with cartels and having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to death at the party. Interesting fact, guys. You see where it says use this fertilizer? Did you know currently in the mainstream market in fertilizers there are how do I say this? There are body parts, the human flesh, human body parts. It's extra skin from surgeries or extra body parts from morgues, whatever they call it. I forgot what exactly the legal term, but I swear to God, that is already happening in the mainstream. It's insane. Yeah, so Trump's going down. Trump is bye. Oh, dude. So yeah. Wow. Lisa Marie Presley is part of it with the British royal family and President Trump. So Elvis Presley's wife. Here's a picture of Prince Andrew with a girl that he's like hovering over, which is strange. Epstein chasing around little girls in a video. He was sacrificing women to ancient fallen angels. Epstein was a transhumanist. He wanted immortality in exchange. So the demons appeared to him as advanced AI aliens. His occult temple was used for sex magic. You know what, dude? That's the show 3 Body Problem. If anybody's ever watched the show 3 Body Problem on Netflix, it's very interesting that so like elite or like technocrats get tricked by these advanced AI aliens, and it's not the same as far as sacrificing or transhumanist or whatever. Not that part. It doesn't go that deep. But what it does, it shows that these advanced AI aliens were disguising themselves in AI, and they were really demons. They were 100% demons, and like that's the part that I found similar. Emails from Somalian leaders they're saying can bring a little baby back for you or two. So that's child trafficking language, exploiting Maasai and Somali kids under the cover of NGOs, safaris, and aid. Africa was treated like a hunting ground. Literally, I can't even read that. It's too small. There is information being brought up. So I remember in the 1980s when the Franklin scandal broke in the Washington Times about young boys being trafficked into the Reagan Bush White House from Boys Town in Omaha. Yeah, it's been long rumored what George H.W. Bush, the ex-CIA director, was into. So yes, he was a president and ex-CIA director. Oh, and just to rehash, this was 21-year-old model Gabriela Rico Jimenez after attending one of the elite parties. Hey, remember in the email earlier, I said that the girl kept waking up. She's like, I kept waking up, and I had a half top shirt on or a very loose shirt like this. So they get these girls, these models, they put them all in these skimpy clothing, which is what you see with Avril Lavigne back in the day, Miley Cyrus, all these girls in skimpy shirts, very, very, very loose shirts. You know, that's fucking weird. You can see it though now. Now you can see it. The Epstein file reveal horrifying events. It is definitely insane. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Well, we're gonna. Oh shit! I'm gonna take a quick break. Give me like 5 minutes. I'm gonna run some commercials, some songs that I got. So just stick tuned. All right, man. Where's it at? Let's go ahead and do this one first.
Not new, what I do. I've been at it for a minute, pursuing, doing the damage. New, I would do everything that I said I would do. I gotta have it, so goddamn it, I'ma be everything I plan to be. Glad to see money coming my way, believe I'll achieve anything I put my mind to, or at least I try to. I'm avoiding my doom, manifesting my room. Meditate the ease of flow. Third eye open, see the golden energy. It can enter me, get me to feeling full. Forget my enemies, dead to me, yeah, I proceed to go to a new dimension. Gotta mention it's inside our soul. Go inside, fuck the outside, never tell tell lies, show pride for belief. Gotta keep the range wide, so instead I just write another hit. Getting fried, rolling up, smoke another blunt for the good times. Good times, bad times makes for the good rhyme. So it never matters, I just learned, no I can't hide. Thank God for every second was birthed with the mind of an ancient soul who's just waiting for the next sign. I'm always watching, vision like a hawk, have 'em flocking. When I drop it, I'm talking, have 'em knocking. The knowledge that I'm dropping, I'm coming out the noggin, I'm logged in. That's the intuition, nothing wrong with doing what you feel is right. Everybody got this. Usually feel it in the night when I'm dropping knowledge. Never even needed any college, abolish people telling people what they want. I do not wish control over anybody, do it for the profit. That's the reason that they push it, do it from the cockpit. Cause they got the money, want the money on the mob shit. On the mob shit, but I know they ain't gon' make it, shit is poppin'. At the end of time, new age topics. Revolutionary crusade cross, here we go to a new space. Yeah, we entering a new place. Louis V on my shoelace, rolling with the blue face. Yeah, I'm wondering what you chase. Just another dude caught up in the rat race. Moving my pace, lot of people looking at me sideways. I chase future preparations, gotta go through my phase till I feel ready to rearrange it. Happen on a daily basis, tripping oasis. Met so many people that I can't see through their faces and touch, so I'm reading minds, feel like I'm evasive, persuasive. Cause I feel the vibe, manipulation, I'm patient. Yeah, I feel the vibe, then work to change it. Manifestation, blessings is what I'm chasing. Quantum physics, I'm about to take the time and rearrange it. I play with reality, can't feel like I'm basic. Most people shut it down, don't wanna embrace it. Replacing knowledge.
One second, one more.
Gonna go far, that's what we on the run for, go hard. Sipping gin while we sitting, spitting those bars. Getting rich, got a vision, get the show cards. Lot of money laying around cause we go hard, always go hard. Spitting fire, see the sonar, hope they resonate with the vibe. Feel like Mozart, really I'm alive in my soul, feel like most aren't. That's what hoes are, too explosive so I show art. Yeah, I make art, sad to see people with no heart. I work to replace all of the negative, I go far with it. I'ma show all of these bitches, no complaining if you with it. Don't you dream me, see the vision, need my energy, the mission. Really take all my precision, every single day I picture where I'll be the day we get it. Feed the brothers, feed the fam, I don't really give a damn. I don't wanna get famous, I wanna lend a hand. Give the cash and rubber bands to the people always standing on my side, always down the ride, say I planned it. I'm the guy, life is supersized on the planet. In my mind, I don't gotta try, I already have it. I'll be doing damage, I was born a savage. In my mind, I already died, living lavish. Heaven is a state of mind, be glad if you have it. Living in a simulation, be patient to grab it. Universe will bring it to you if you ain't an average. If you live an average, then Satan found to manage your life. I'm just trying to tell you, if you gonna roll the dice, gamble in your life instead of living precise. I ain't perfect, but I'm gonna earn it. No, it don't concern anybody but my person. Lesson that I learned is that people are gonna burn. Anything you do, they gonna pay the price. Nothing nice come in life for the dipshits. They just wish shit, never gonna manifest it. Never catch me resting, short-term blessings. I just want my brain to work so I can write my next hit. Ignite the blessings, manifest my life, never question a moment in my life. I be knowing that it's meant to be, this my destiny. All the rest of my life really history. The day that I'm finally gone, they'll be missing me. Your position be the reason that I'm gone. 200 songs done, I've been on the run. I ride a wave, make a way, I'm the one. I stay the same, but I'm changing a ton. Rearranging my brain for the gains through the sun. I've been absorbing the light, I could say that I won. At least I'm conscious of what I'm doing, praying a ton. Relay all the information, staying patient with the shit. I write a hit just to get through all the shit. I ain't a bitch, so I'll make it. I ain't dealing with a prick, I'm finna take over the game. Really, I'm getting in, I'm really glad that you're here to witness it. I'm about to fix entire rap game. You could call it magic like a trick. Classic with the way I spit it. They be clapping when it hits. I be snapping on this shit. I've been rapping, feeling lit.
Yo, all right, guys. I'll be honest. I'm fucking drained spiritually, so I'm going to call this a night and restore my energy for the night. This was a dark one. All week I'm gonna go through the Epstein, and the elites. So this is part one. Hope you guys. I can't say that you hope you guys enjoyed this because there was nothing to enjoy. But I hope that you guys found this information powerful to understanding that our world is being ran by sorcerers and dark satanic kabbalistic occult magicians who practice witchcraft and have their hands in a lot of agencies around the world, but they're only targeting and attacking each other and seemingly white and Jewish folk. And I mean, like, it sucks, right? But we need to understand that this shit's real. And what we can do is protect our children, protect our family, protect our nieces and nephews, protect our cousins, protect our friends, our loved ones, protect our dogs, like, yeah, protect our animals. These chickens that they're killing, dude, come on, man. And it's just that's just a real Santeria type shit. But that's what they do. They do it too. They do all this other shit with it, right? So that's mixed. It's all of it's weird. It's not us. And I'm actually happy to be like, yo, I don't know any friends or family members that are into this. And I'm glad that all my friends and all my family are not into this. Like, you can tell because for these elites, right? They know that their families are fucking sold to the devil. Us, these lower middle class, we know we're not part of the elites. We're not going to these fucking Diddy parties. We're not going to these Epstein parties. And it's kind of enlightening to be like, yo, I'm kind of glad, like, today I didn't get trapped by a Zionistic Kabbalistic cult, and my family is not tied up in it. And you can be happy that your family isn't tied up in it too. Like, if it is, and I'm sorry, because I know that there might be some people watching who have gone through these type of situations and events, and I mean it because it sucks. It sucks, right? Like, and it happens everywhere. Like, I'm sorry. Just we're here. We're all riding together, and we're all gonna fight this power, fight these monsters. It's man, today's been wild. Like, this whole episode is just insane. I'm gonna keep coming though. I'm gonna keep coming with this fucking heat, man. Devil can't stop me because God got me, baby. And God got you too. Hope all of you guys watching out there know that God has a plan for you. God has love for you. God has a mission, has his protection on you, man. Just pray, just be happy, be in a state of love and forgiveness and gratefulness. And there can be so many bad things, there can be so much trouble, there can be so much drama, so much pain, so much tears, so much argument, so much corruption in our mind. But, like, you know what? God doesn't want that for us. God forgives us. God and the heavenly spirits above want us to be peaceful, be happy, and we need to try our best every single day and to be like, you know what? Forget the bullshit. Let's focus on the happiness. And with that, guys, I hope you guys are focusing on the happiness this year. Please, if you guys could, donate to 509 Divine Pines at Cash App, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee. I am self-funded, self-made, so I could appreciate all the help. Just, hey, I'll shout you out. Whoever donates and puts podcast in the notes, I will literally shout you out, like, on my podcast, and word of God. Yeah, so if you guys could, just go ahead, check out all my links below. I have coupons and discounts for all sorts of supplements, all sorts of powerful companies, One of the companies that I'm really enjoying right now is Chemical Free Body. And you can use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for supplements and um, products that will help you detoxify chemicals, toxins, heavy particles, all that junk. Literally, it's in the name. Chemical Free Body. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines. You can also go over to shopc60.com and use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for the world's best antioxidant. That's not a lie. That's actually truthful. Costs a pretty penny. So don't waste your whole paycheck on it. But it's very important that you understand that this product is a Nobel Prize winning product. It is a world class product, and it is one of the best products that I've ever tried in my life. And that's not a fluff. I mean it. Like, people are like, dude, how you look so young? You look so healthy. You look so this. You look so that. You look good, bro. And I'm like, go to Shop C60, man. You guys want to feel energetic? You guys want to feel revitalized? You guys want to feel regenerated? You guys want to go ahead and talk quick like me? Yeah, go ahead. Go to Shop C60, and your energy will start going through the roof. It's one of the best products I've ever had. I love it. So go over to Shop C60. Use code 509 Divine Pines, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Hope you guys have a good night. Be blessed. Be high. I love you guys. Peace.